Dumelang re la amogela lebeletse Daily Thetha. We are the youth and we're taking charge. Nakalina ke Tumelo. Setlogolo sa mathomo sa ga Mothotoane, and logonole we're talking about a very, very popular and yet sensitive topic. Of course, it's the hashtag men are trash. That's about what has been trending since last week, but actually it's been on for the past year to 2 years. Initially, Tumelo because basadi mafila gore banna ba cheat, but now it's escalated after, of course, the scourging reports about women being killed, raped, kidnapped, trafficked, as well as being burned to death in South Africa. Look, we're finding out, are men really trash or are some men trash?
Sanibonani ngibukele igama lami Kini Shandu. Yona ke le Daily Thetha where youth is taking charge. Njengobonile ngomsombuluko sinikeza abantu besifazana ithuba ukuthi bakhulume basho ukuthi abasafeel safe ekubeningizimu Afrika because abantu besilisa nasonke isikhathi mabebona sebeyasaba sebephenduka izilwane. And the hashtag ibe abankulu ke ukuthi men are trash. When I found out from abantu besilisa ukuthi bacabangana about this or banombono wahlukile. Can we even defend this njengamadoda ukuthi we are trash, or kahle kahle kumele siqale phansi sizibuke sizibuka amakhwapha sibone ukuthi what can we do better so that abantu besifazane basibuke ngelinye iso.
Okay, if you want to be a part of the conversation, make sure you phone the number to dial ke 011-339-1315. If you have data and you go interact on social media, go to Facebook, Twitter, hashtag Daily Thetha. We're always talking about it. Hashtag men are trash. So or under the same topic, we'll be having men they believe men are trash. Some men believe not all men are trash. Is this hashtag a generalization or not? So it's going to be an interesting one today.
Nakanjani sihlabile ikhwela kakhulu senza show ukuthi abantu besilisa bayakuzwa bazwa ke studio bayizela bona bathi yazini sizobeka umbono wethu about this bazile abantu besifazane bekhala and namhlanje sifuna ukuthi sibeke umbono wethu la e-studio kakhulukazi asenibingelele bonke abantu abakhona la e-studio sabona. I think that's telling Lily side to me when I find out from about besilisa ukuthi and what is your take le hashtag at men are trash? Are you defending it or you agreeing with it ukuthi cha kahle kahle we are trash, and what are we doing going forward?
Okay, mina igama lami nguSimphiwe ngamavimbela. Mina ngina problem nalento lena. Inkinga inkulu kakhulu amajita yiwakabo chiri problem because manje esikhathini esiningi abochiri yiwo futhi esikhathini esiningi abochiri abachisela ama-outs just because of bona baqala eqaleni from eqaleni yibe abachisela ama-outs because umjito ukunika imali the next thing when uyasuka umchithela nomunye umuntu futhi ongasipani ukuthi lo muntu lo uyokudizelayo.
So one of our they should be killed or they should be assaulted because why cheat? When now who
mina ngithi abachita no bangababulala bocheri because manje vele ibabhlungu lento lena masuzothola ukuthi omunye umuntu sekabula ubulawele for into engekho yabona.
Ayingibuze kwena ngokubona kwakho sihlulekile njengabantu besilisa ukuprotect abantu besifazane. Siyahluleka kakhulu. What can we do better?
Into esingayenza ukuthi like sibaphathe kahle abosisi nabomama nabogogo. Into kumele senze kakhulu kumele sazi ukuthi ke kahle yibo abantu ababalekile la emhlabeni kakhulukazi vele kunama outs because yibo vele abasikhulisayo kukunini kukumanje nje sikhule sibangaka sonke la. It's because of abomama bethu emakhaya.
All right. So what they have to say, of course, we're still talking the hashtag men are trash. And let's give a lady a chance. What are her points or her opinions? Men are trash. Do you think men are trash?
Well, hello everyone. I'm Bosi Ngwenya. Well, I don't think every man is trash. I think some men are trash, and we cannot blame every man for other men's. As fani singabantu abafani amadoda ne mentality engafani. So ukuthi omunye ukhulele ekhaya where the father was abusing the mother. So makukhula kwakhe kanjalo umama akhe bekangasho next. So umntana ukhula thatha lento lengathi into right lenziwa baba. And then when that guy gets into a relationship uyayenza kucheri yakhe thinking it was the right thing because uyibona yenziwa baba yakhe bona. So I think nabo mama nabo they need to be heard bangathuli because iqala lapho vele umama athula sabokukhuluma ukuthi vele ngizoshawa ngizocriticize and all then thina ke boys mabakhula babona ngathi into right. Yes,
asithathe sibuyisele kubantu besilisa as well. Ngifuna ukwazi about this men are trash hashtag. What is your take out of it?
Okay. Firstly, my name is Anele. So name is Machisi. My take, based on what the hashtag stands for, men are trash. What does the hashtag stands for? The hashtag is a cry more than a label. So, and in many instances, or the past 2 years, men have perceived it as a label. And if we reduce it to a label, then we become deaf to the cries of women saying that we're dying. And we must remember what the campaign stands for, what the hashtag stands for, is women saying help. It's women crying out. And that cry is older than the internet.
Yeah. And why do you think men personalize it? As you mentioned, as a personal label. Why do you think they dispute it or against it or defend their honor against the hashtag, personalize it and say, I cannot stand for this hashtag?
I think firstly, I'll start by saying is that the hashtag in itself achieved its objective. And the objective was to get people talking.
Yeah.
So, but why men are actually objecting the hashtag is the fact that when it first started, it was ambiguous in the sense that it was not defined what it actually stands for. What does it actually mean in simple terms? So in other words, to the ordinary guy on the street, when he immediately read men are trash, he started to defend himself instead of understanding what does the actual hashtag stand for. Because apart from men are trash, the hashtag has been around, has been worded in various ways. It has been worded as RIP Karabo Mukwena. It has been worded as RIP River Steenkamp. The hashtag has been around for a very long time. It stands for a lot of things.
Okay.
As a brother or a father or umalume, do you think we have failed as abantu besilisa to protect abantu besifazane? Because now, after this, baningi abantu besifazane sebesaba umuntu wesilisa nje.
I don't think we've failed in a sense that compared to other places, not only in outside of our black communities, but even outside of South Africa, I have not seen a lot of platforms like this where men are actually willing to come to the fore and saying, let's talk. We don't agree, but let's talk. And that's the beginning of good things. So based on that, I don't think we've failed. I think we would have failed if we would have decided to shut down the entire conversation and say, you know what, we're going to continue being who we are and doing what we're doing. But I think the biggest challenge that we have, though, is the fact that the environment where boys are groomed. That's the environment, because the general perception in South Africa is that boys grow up on their own. Nobody holds them by the hand and say, listen, this is how you work masculinity.
Right.
This is how you become a man.
Okay, and we're still going to talk about that conversation. On social media, you do know Okaba in touch Lire. Now, of course, Daily Thetha on SABC 1 is the name of our Facebook page. And a post there by Ken Dave Mothotoane. Ore, lol, if men are trash, then women are also trash. Remember, Flaba's girlfriend stabbed him to death, and we didn't catch feelings. Does it justify it? Let me just get another view, Motomwe, from this side. What do you think about, of course, that comment? Yagore, tables were turned when it happened to Flaba. Even other men they killed by their partners or even assaulted by their partners, but there was no hashtag.
Hi, my name is Hope. And this is what I think about that comment. If we look at it statistically, right, there is more women than men in the world. And the crimes that are happening right now, they are happening towards women than men, right? We have killed, when I say we, I mean us men. We have killed, we have raped, we have abused so many women over the years, right? And in issues like Flaba and so on, what happens and stuff like that, is that you could actually discover that it was just a defensive action where someone got to a point and was like, you know what, enough. I've had enough of this.
Does it still justify the killing, even if maybe a self-defense?
There's nothing justified killing, just justifies killing anybody. I don't care what happened and stuff like that. But, when you defend yourself, so you just lose control, and you could spill blood or kill someone.
What can we do better going forward? Because now the cry as men, what can you do better to make sure that women, again, they feel safe in South Africa? Before we go to the break.
There's so much that we need to do. Where we need to start is that we need to start assuming collective responsibility. I have to be my brother's keeper, right? If I see him on the street misbehaving, I have the right to call him out. And call other men and say, let's check this guy out. He's misbehaving, right? Because wherever we are as men, we don't act on our own. We carry on our backs the image of every man in the world. Now, if you go and kill someone or rape a woman, next time when I pass through the same street, they are afraid of me. Even though I did not do it, you did it. In my name.
True.
Right? So we need to start assuming collective responsibility.
All right, that's a good point. Okay then, let's go to a short break. Let's talk more about, what, of course, our studio audience members should be the way forward. About the hashtag men are trash. Do you agree with it or not? Make sure you call us 011-339-1315. We'll be right back. Men are trash ke topic e leng gore bela ka yona le kgonile mo daily Thetha make sure wa re founela 011-339-1315 is the number to dial gore o engage le rena. Emmanuel wa go tswa Limpopo ke amogela hle papa. Hello Emmanuel.
Hi, how are you?
I'm well, thanks. Le kae?
Good thing, Elswaga.
Eh, a re boleleng hashtag re men are trash le reng ka taba yo.
What I actually think about this subject is quite a sensitive one, yes. But if it really affects a man, because if I'm actually talking on behalf of men, if it affects you as an individual, the chances that you are trash is 99.9%.
Wow.
And yes. So
which rating agency rated that calculation?
No, it's just my Emmanuel rating.
Yes.
Yes. So what I'm saying is, if we go deeper into it, it's not every man who is a trash at the same breath. So I would think it all goes back to how we raise our children. So personally, if I'm to speak, my dad taught me that women must be loved, respected, and protected.
Wow.
So, and there's no any reason that you should put up your hand up and slap a woman. Whatsoever.
For any other reason.
Whether you're right, whether you're wrong.
Yes.
So I remember myself growing up. I have my sister. We actually 2 years apart.
Okay.
She's a bit older. There's not a day that I've slapped her, hit her, because I was taught not to hit women.
That's good. I think you're raising an important point, Emmanuel, about how boys are raised and how, young boys are taught korai, which is something we're going to delve into. But thank you so much for calling and also pointing out, that point. I think that's a very valid point there, where parents also have a role to play in how they socialize young boys kamorai and on how to treat young girls.
And of course, it's not discussion ngesikwazi ukuthi siqhubeke siziseguphi singabalandanga abantu besilisa sizozumbono about this. We do have Mzansi Nchwati as well as uKatlego Mkhase. Guys, welcome to Daily Thetha on SABC.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Cool. You guys need to, we are trash. Why are you guys saying that? Because abantu besilisa abaningi were defending this hashtag.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. I think we need to understand as to why all men are trash and not some men are trash and some men are not. It's because of the inherently and systematic patriarchal society that we live in. So it's inherent in a sense that you grow up in it, you are born in it, and you are socialized into it. And then it's systematic because then you go and have this hierarchical system that continuously oppresses the sexual minorities as certain genders. So this is exactly why then men would have to take a collective responsibility to say that all men are trash, and then look into ways of saying that how do we deal with moving forward. For instance, there's this understanding that now that it has come out to say that men are trash because of the rape cases and women being killed and so forth, and then men are quickly, the men that are accepting that they're trash, they're quickly saying that no, we need to protect women. Again, you're missing it. Women don't need your protection because you're assuming that they're weak and therefore they need your protection. You need to protect yourself from everything else. So we all need to assume our independence and protect each other from ourselves. So it's not about you thinking that a certain species in society is weak and therefore you need to protect it, because it is from that that you derive the power that if now you are not going to oppress, you are going to protect. It's not about you. So men should not personalize it. It's because of inherent, and it's not my fault as a man, by the way, hence inherent. And then it's systematic. If I then continue to perpetuate the system, then it becomes my fault.
It takes us back to Bashimanyana. I could obviously you're a boy, then you become a young man, then you're a man. Inherent and the socialization of the young boys we're missing as society, as Vatswadi, as communities, especially about
I think it's, and again, thank you for having us. The issue comes up when we raise these men, or actually these young men, to believe that they are superior in one way or another to their female counterpart, to their sisters, actually. And perhaps it's a challenge as well on these traditional beliefs and certain customs and cultures, but also I think we need to make sure that these young boys know, and maybe let me differ with you just a little bit, that they know that they have a certain privilege by virtue of being a man. And they must, it's not even open to discuss, they must create safe spaces for women. In the sense that when a man is walking around in the neighborhood, he is not likely, perhaps, to be attacked simply because he's a man or simply because he's thought to be weaker. And in that sense, we need to be able to, even in our communities, have the sense that we must make this safe space for women. We must, all of us, the men in the community must take it upon themselves to say, when I raise my boy, I must raise my boy knowing that if a woman screams, and by screams, it doesn't have to be audible. If in her behavior, she's screaming for attention, if in her thoughts, if in what she's posting, she's screaming for attention, you must intervene. And not because of you are stronger or anything like that, but because it's your responsibility to be your sister's keeper.
And on this one, ngifuna ukuza lapho ukuthi njengomuntu wesilisa sometimes sinale privilege ukuthi umuntu wesilisa, as you are saying. But now abantu besilisa abesifazane after this hashtag qala kwavela ezinye izinto eziningi besingazazi. Do you think ukuthi abantu besifazane at home kunzima for them to report even izinto efana nokuhlukunyezwa, because abanye bekhala ukuthi even a police station where uzo reporter khona uyajudgwa as well, akubabuza ama questions ukuthi ena ubuwenzeni ubugqoke kanjani ubuhamba ngasiphi isikhathi, all those things. Do you think ukuthi abantu besifazane, maybe let me come to you Linda on this one, abantu besifazane ngokuba umuntu wesifazane nje ucanga ukuthi kuyinkinga again ukuthi open up and talk about izinto efana lezo?
Yeah, no, definitely. Kuba inkinga. You know, you find yourself in that situation where the victim suddenly becomes victimized. Suddenly the victim is being asked, "Ubugogeni?" This never happens to somebody who goes and reports a crime, maybe a robbery. If your cell phone gets stolen, nobody asks you, were you flashing it in the street? Why is it okay to ask a woman, what were you wearing, when she comes to report a rape? Why is it okay to ask a woman, what did you do to provoke this attack on yourself? Whoever does that, whoever actually invites an attack on their person.
Linda, one more way. We had a show on, I think it was Monday, about our South African women under attack. And one of our guests now a lady was surviving a kidnapping. Tumelo irile reba itjoka koloi ba fetsa o phaka mo taxi renkeng ile boshego. O tshwile moshimanyana a combas thunya mo nnampota, don't do anything stupid otherwise I will kill you. Go tlhagang ka mo monaganong ya the perpetrator gore a tšea that constitutional right ya mosadi go phela a mmotša gore if you try and defend yourself, defend your life and protect yourself, that is actually stupid and you will die for that. Keng the psyche of a perpetrator gore a bolele ntwa mokhutano. Is it male privilege?
The sad reality is it's a control thing. It is a big control thing. And it's the same thing that gets done. You know, when people attack or they molest the young children and whatnot, what is the first thing they say? If you tell anybody,
there'll be consequences.
If you tell anybody, you're in trouble. Similarly, they'll even go as far as saying, if you tell anybody, then I'll kill your entire family. So suddenly the child is thinking her silence is protecting her family.
Wow.
It's a psychological thing that they do, and it's what makes it that much sadder, because this child grows up carrying this thing in her mind and in her psyche that, you know what, I can't speak, I dare not speak.
Do we let me quickly go to this comment from Tsepang Molete. People, not all of us are trash, just that some people meet trash and include us faithful guys. I'm sure after this we're going to be discussing more about the comment here. Okay? This is Daily Thetha. Siabuya after this. Discuss this hashtag men are trash.
Re Resa, of course, the hashtag elengoreki men are trash on a daily Thetha. And it's not entirely true. Not all men are trash. And the similarities of the hashtag on social media. Barno, Black Lives Matter, Barno, all lives matter. And Limisa point, it's not about the race matter, but we're saying there's a cry for against this particular group of people, hence the hashtag men are trash. Mara, a caller right now, ki anonymous Erna Utra, Cape Town, understand? Hello, anonymous.
Hello, me.
Hello, guy, pap.
Retain,
wala lirin.
Where is still?
Okay, sillo. Tobela sillo. Ah, we pizza, clever, feel nearly the ancestors how our representatives sillo.
Not in Noagane.
Erin commenter.
No comment yaga irine. Ileka gabalima tata denna. Kutusha kutoki mutwambe. Sometimes when tata wana asul by kesa kamila rishe kama sakoro ai tuntin. Yona ibuso ko ba bulawe bomme. Ayona sopanyona ki wrong ahol. Fela ya batle ahol how of man antwalo. Bata we rappelle fete yona.
So ure ile wa tshwenya ke mme wa ka montlong. Ile wa dirang ka enga how?
Kile bali mutu tratna le yena.
Okay.
And then give me this and this na ka fela ka mbinkela with license ka everything. Ene kana kuena enough mana boyfriend entsha unampia na. Ore kile ba muthu mong ka ba muthina ene ke muthusa imetsa Alex. Kore ka ba muthu mong yena. Utwela khona utyang ke tsa bod court order or tika ka bua le yena ke go fela no
king no mo etsang go raitse court order ile la lwana motlhomong
ma ka yale akiri na ni muthatsa maya yena a ke tsela bona una batlang ke ni some photo photo yona ke sebekane ka fa una batlang sometimes umme aba batlang nyalo a bona ka re msha ba tlo monyala ile re wena ke mo so birete for nyalo.
Yeah, but neke go understand gore a fitlhe mo court ordering ke eng o itse o mo reketse o mo itse di license wa metsa ntse ngata as partner ya hae and then yena a tsamaya a wetsa ntse mpi then wena go itsagana la lwana o mo shapile o mo abuse why answer court order
fela aratana no.
Oh, okay.
Fela arata.
So wena o nagana gore hashtag e hae as yona because o feel o ka re le basadi ba tshwenya.
No, I get about say, sometimes about 2 women. Sometimes I shall have to go to that fail. Someone that don't what my book, some other most how long Mr. Aris or on to what years are Mr. Donna. I own my book to tell so nana. Once we play the fellow or not lose them to Imratan. He got Mrs. Camesa what he is.
All right.
We play Lord, but you're not wrong.
Okay, Papa, thank you so much for calling.
Sometimes Vancouver my activity or to support what woman.
Okay, Papa, re kule point ya gago a re boleleng ka yona ge re na le di guests rena tse leng gore ba tlo bolela ka taba ya gore ka nnete ke basadi le bona ba contributang or ha ona ntwe justify taba ya gore men are trash.
I think it ends nje movement is that ivulele thina abantu ukuthi sikhuluma about it and siziveze ukuthi sicabangana about it and njengamanje in studio as well we have abantu esilisa abathi bona not all men are trash and banama reasons why are they saying it. Welcome Lonwabo Pokwana. And Kanafato Mama Bolo, welcome to Daily Thetha.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Guys, why do you feel like there's a need for you to defend this hashtag or the movement which let men are trash?
Okay, let me start by thanking you for welcoming us. First and foremost, I think, number one, there's this general misconception that if you grew up without a father figure, and then maybe you will turn out bad, which is untrue. I was raised by a domestic mother who was a single parent. I turned out well. I do not smoke, I do not drink. So now, it does not necessarily mean that if you do not have a father or uncles or whoever, then you will turn out bad. And then now, it comes back to the question of who raises these boy children? Because most of the time, it's single parents. So now, are we going to take the blame and blame the mothers who raised these kids and say, no, they raised trashes? Is that justified? Is that fair? Because now we cannot blame them, we cannot blame the society, we cannot. But now, what are we going to do? Tina as abantu ukuthi si change this thing ukuthi if ukhule ungana baba ungana malume ungana bhuti then uzo turn out as into engasile.
Kana faswana kana.
Well, for me, there's a Sotho person who said something very interesting. He said, "Lebitso lebe ke seromo." And to me, the hashtag's intentions are good, but the name is wrong. So when you have a good intention, be careful not to cover it with the wrong name. If you brand a good product wrongly, it will attract the wrong market. So did it get the people talking? Yes, it did. To what effect did they talk about? They defended themselves against the tag, whereas the idea was not the tag. So what then is the tag? The tag is a destructive, confusing fire that divides the gap between genders. So it got me looking at my fellow women and saying, so you call me trash too. Now that was stealing the fire away from the crux of the matter, which was, can I do better to protect myself and you from me? Because the hardest thing to do is to protect someone against yourself. Protecting her against you, it's easy. Protecting you against her is easy. But protecting you against me, it's a problem. Now, it was a problem before you introduced these other things that now we are calling each other names. I'm going to go to this other thing. You don't invite a king's help by insulting him. You don't insult even a queen's help by insulting him. The greatest center of hate speech is calling each other names. And this has cost us more problems. We are talking, yes, but what about the talk now?
All right, then. Ke kwa go na le di comments ka mo rona le motho motlhomonganya kang go ke go le di hallelujah amen amen bazalwane uyangizwa na Jehovah. Let's just get a comment motlhomongwe. Let me start with the lady in front. Ka mo pele ga rena tlotla go wena my lady. What do you think about the comments so far?
Yes, not all men are trash. It's just like saying banyana botle ba feba. There are women who are queens. There are women baba shapo. I really don't understand.
Another saying, it's not necessarily a saying, mara ke molao wa gore if you witness a crime and how did anything we report, you're just as guilty as the perpetrator. As monna motlhomongwe, don't you think that the hashtag e le ka gore le wena go lebeletse motho a bitsa basadi bo my size o texereng ke motho a tshwenya mosadi o mongwe mara wena because o godishwe botse and wena wa tshwara selo a wa tshwenya motho, doesn't it also make you just as guilty as motho na dirang?
Yes. Because I remember I was wearing something sa lace and that man and that man was just those men were just laughing. Really? Is this
yeah. Le bona a so ba feel gore le bona they were just as responsible ka go tshega and ba sa yeah. Okay.
Let me come back to you, Olonwabo. On Monday, we had a show whereby abantu besifazane bathi abasa feel safe ukuba la eNingizimu Afrika okuhamba bodwa and everything. Ukubona umuntu wesilisa sebemthatha sebeyathuka. Do you think njengabantu besilisa siyafaila na ukuprotect abantu besifazane? Have we failed to do that?
Yeah, I think we have failed. Coming back to what Usisi said, I mean, if uputi uzothi umabhebeza angamphenduli and then mhlambi then umchapha ngenhlamba, then we are failing as men if wena your friend angeke umkhuze ukuthi no, you know what, you do not have to do that because umuntu wesifazana lo if akafuna ukukhuluma nawe then it's fine. Uzodlulela phambili uzobathola abanye angithi sizulu sithini zala abantu ziye ebantwini. So obviously if wena akakhulumisanga or noma akathanda ukukhuluma nayo then uzothola umunye uzokhulumisa. So I think we have failed as men ukuthi singakhona ukuthi siba protect abantu besifazane noma singabavikeli or and stand up for them if kunezinto ezirong ezibahlukumezayo ezenzakayo.
And just coming back to that point, why acknowledge a male privilege? Come calling previous guest lebo of course
Yes, I do. I think we have an advantage as men, and I think the previous guest has been saying that the whole intention of a hashtag is to attract men's attention to participate in the conversation. The fact that they need men's attention to the conversation, it means we have powers somehow to can affect this. Are we treating our females badly? Yes, we do. But is it a male against female situation? No, it's not. You said something earlier on that if I see a wrong and I do not report it, I am as wrong as the wrongdoer. That does not make me trash. It makes any other person a trash. So there are other women who are sitting and watching when our fellow women are being abused. So this hashtag has moved the spotlight to the areas, from areas of importance to the dark corners of the chair. Because it's all of us together dealing with the matter, because our women are abused daily. And the first stands where this abuse starts. It starts from language. And now we are using language again, bad language, to try and fix the same thing. Before I hit you up, we're going to have an argument, baby. We're going to have an argument. We're going to argue a little bit.
Baby live on air.
And that's what happened. So after we had an argument, then you're probably going to throw a shoe. And then I'm going to probably throw a thing or two. And then we get into a fight. So it starts at the speech level. The hashtag's problem is that it goes back to the speech level and it infuels it right there, stealing our thunder from fixing the situation. Men must take a stand. Let's protect our sisters. You know, I think it's appropriate to say Happy Mother's Day. Without our mothers, all men would be trash.
Mama Bolo, nice point, but let me come to you right now. As men soguti, if abantu bengenzi lutho, we only this week sizindaba kwenzakalega the former generation actor ukuthi ubezama ukusiza wasithola sedlule emhlabeni. And abantu abaningi babebuza ukuthi where do I draw a line between coming entweni lapho engizozibona khona nami sengihlukumezela or ngicine ngife emhlabeni. What can we do in a situation? What are other options rather than me coming to abantu abasuke beqabana or abalwana?
I think there's a gentleman who was sitting over here in the previous segment, and he said something critical. He said something about the responsibility to protect. There is a further responsibility. It's a responsibility to create a safe environment, rather than just a superhero syndrome of I'm going to come in and help whenever there is a problem. By the time two men fight, or by the time he abuses the woman, it means I'm slightly late. Because should I have created a safe environment, the environment itself would not be conducive for a fight. You understand? So we have created environments that allow such rubbish to happen. And we then blame it only on what he did when the thing was happening.
Mabobola sibambe kanjalo sabuye lideli Thetha where youth is taking charge. Siyabuya after this, so ndingazela abantu besifazane ithuba ukuthi bayichaze kahle bona le hashtag ukuthi le movement by understand kanjani after this. Welcome back to Daily Thetha. We're talking men are trash. That's a hashtag a movement. Ekhona njengamanje ukuthi uthini umbono wakho about it. Give us a call on 011-339-1315 or find us on Facebook. Na Twitter it's daily_Thetha on Facebook, and kuzo Twitter at daily_Thetha, and share your hashtag at Daily Thetha. Sizo umbono wakho uthini about this. I see there's Buhle Nikelo. This is a competition between who's trash or not. The point has been missed, and unfortunately men have made it about them.
So it's a competition,
yeah, it's not a competition.
So this different schools, they're coming in against each other. It's not about that, but about the message or the cry, rather. Okay, Arjun Tumelo, who's on the line. Hello, Tumelo, bitsolaka.
Hi, my sister, how are you?
Hey, hashtag every men are trash. We're not worrying.
You know, my sister, like, when I hear about this thing, I was like, okay. But now what I think is like, some men, not all the men are trash, because when you say all men are trash, that means all women are trash. And if we say all men are trash and women are trash, that means you are not going to get married one day. And that's impossible.
Yeah, so bono kare manyalo mo a compromise ka lebaka la hashtag.
Yeah.
Mara Tumelo, I care ba argue gore ba leng gore ba support the hashtag bare it's about the cry. It's about gore nyaka thushele le ne ba leng gore you're good. Nyaka le re thusheng gore le khuzeng ba leng gore ha ba good. O reng ka tabe?
Yes, I understand what you're saying. Yes. Like this hashtag actually is a cry. So like I remember in 2009. So like I was in Tavern, and then after that I took my girlfriend somewhere, and then after a few minutes I went there to check her, and I found that no,
My girlfriend is not there. So when I go around, I found her with another guy kissing.
Oh, hey,
Yes, and then so like when I found her there, I was angry. Angry whereby like I can do anything, like maybe kill her or do something bad.
Sure. Just because of money, I am
kissing.
No, kissing. They were
Oh, kissing.
in front of me. Yes.
Okay.
And then she was kissing with
Traumatized.
one of my friends.
Oh,
not just a guy. So like it happened like this. When I was about to hit this lady, and then something came out in my mind and said, "No, man, you are a man. You can't do this."
Yeah, I think really the thought, yeah, or you thought of even considering meta. It's something like but Tumelo, thank you so much for your call. They're also joining us.
Exactly. Just told good about the topic because our basically started we couch buzz yes, we are trash, and we need to start from now and see how can we be better and make sure we sell up backless tunes basically SS gone as get this very sick on our second. We do have Palisa Mosia as well as Ian Dashu. Welcome to the couch here, Daily Theta.
Thanks for having us.
Cool stuff. You guys are saying, Guti, not all men are trash.
Not all of them.
Not
just
all of
Palisa
them.
is saying,
Oh, yeah, okay.
not all men, and then Ayanda.
Okay. Palisa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Firstly, the problem that I have with the hashtag, one is ambiguous in nature.
Yeah.
Its ambiguity makes it about a whole lot of things. Women are now making it about a boyfriend that dumped her last week, or about a boyfriend that's continuously lying to her, a boyfriend that cheated. The real issue here is somebody died, somebody lost their lives, condolences to the family, and we need to make it about that issue. So the ambiguity detracts from that issue. Secondly, it's offensive in nature. When you offend someone who you need help from, how is that person going to assist you? If I'm calling a man a trash to provoke a reaction from him, I could get a positive or a negative reaction. Guys are now saying on Facebook, I'm not trash, your father is trash. Is that what we were looking for? Thirdly, it doesn't create unity. Unfortunately, for a subject as huge as women abuse, we need both men and women, and we need to work together. You can't risk alienating even a certain portion of men and even a certain portion of women in order to solve this issue. We need to come together and work together, and this hashtag is not doing that. The way you package a message has so much to do with how it is received. If all we're doing is calling attention, we've done it, we've won, but surely we want a whole lot more than just getting attention. We need a change, and to get a change, we need unity.
Ayanda, we're not.
Thank you so much for having us. It's quite a heated argument. I understood. I think that's a good point, that how we understood it is what we are really dealing with now. But I understood it as women are crying out for help. And we are addressing a behavior that we are seeing with men. And because families have people that, they trust so much, because they do things financially for them. It could be a pastor that we go to the church with, and the pastor comes with groceries and once in a while, smacks the butt, and it starts like that. And if you tell a woman, not all men are bad, now she has a problem with, are you going to believe me when I tell you it's your pastor? Are you going to believe me when I tell you it's my uncle, the one who brings us the bread? That is a problem with society. There's just so much happening. And I work with young people. Okay, I'm a lecturer, and the things that they go through, because society is just, being silent. There's so much silence. And when they go report things at the police station, they ask, the first question when you're raped is, what were you wearing? Why were you walking alone at night? And it's like they asked for it. And it isn't like that. It cannot be like that. And we are saying men are trash, plural, because a lot of men do a whole lot of nothing about it. They sit down and they don't do anything.
I understand something issue Umama Bologuti, and maybe the naming of that hashtag was wrong. Would you agree with that?
Saying men are trash, I think men are getting all defensive, but I think we are dealing with the behavior. If we are dealing with the behavior, then they should not be feeling so insulted. Because if I am not trash because of what I'm not doing what they are complaining about, then why am I putting myself in there? If you're getting so testy about it, perhaps there are character traits that you need to deal with as well.
I disagree strongly with that, guys. At the end of the day, right, this has become too intellectualized. what Ayanda is saying would make sense maybe to an intellectual person. Somebody even said to me the other day, an intellectual will understand this. But guess what? Abuse is an issue that affects people in all spheres of life. So if you're going to contextualize the issue, excuse me, you are cutting off a whole lot of people, and abuse happens, we all know, especially in the disadvantaged areas. So we can't have an intellectual hashtag that is understood by intellectuals and hope for the best for the rest, because unfortunately women everywhere are suffering. So what's the solution? Quickly, the solution is the solution is, what am I doing as a woman? There's a psychologist that said, if you're a woman and you want to get out, I'm going to help you. I'll help you with an exit plan. Let's do that. Find solutions, not trash people.
Alrighty then. Well, look, we're going to points more about the hashtag men are trash. We're continuing with our conversation. We'll back to our audience members also to get their views regarding this debate. On all our social media platforms. We'll be right back. Hashtag men are trash. Liberty Daily Thetha. We're almost at the end of our show. But let's come back to you, Anele, if Unale, a comment regarding just the debate that we just had before the break.
Yeah, actually I have a comment on, I would like to disagree with my sister there. Palisa, okay. Yes. And also with my brother was there previously, Mabolo, where we're actually saying that the labeling or the packaging of the movement in itself was wrong. Okay, I disagree with that simply because you cannot tell people how to mourn. The hashtag is a cry for mourning. You killed one of my own. That's what it stands for. And now you're coming back to me and telling me how to cry, how to mourn, because you are going to get offended. We're missing the point, because if we were doing that, then we're actually still promoting patriarchy. And then another thing, if the hashtag offends you, that is good, because sometimes we need offense, because offense can be a catalyst for change.
All right, Alan.
Okay,
thank you for
so
pointing out. What do you have to say?
I strongly agree with him. It's just like how we can't say all white men are racist or all girls as fab and so forth. This is basically not for you to tell me how to cry. You know, he's correct. I totally agree. He put it very well. And the bigger picture here, which is what you should be getting, which is they've written about it on social media. They've said it on social media. It is your choice not to look at it, my brother. It is you who's saying that I'm going to maintain my masculinity. I'm going to ask for them to say it nicer to me, to say to me that I've abused them, to come up with the way the oppressor is so arrogant is that they would even want to package it for the person on how to speak on it. How dare you tell them how to talk? How dare you tell them how to participate in the conversation? It is you who's at fault. It is the men that need to come and say, in fact, I'm trash. I'm saying I'm trash not because I don't protect my girlfriends. When I go to the clubs with my friends, I protect them. When my mother, I protect her. I do the right things for women that are in my life. I do the right things for women that are on the streets. There's nothing trash about me, but I know that I suffer from the perspective in society of masculinity that says that because I'm a man, I therefore need to be stronger than women. It's not about me. It's not personal. It
has nothing to do with you.
Participate
in
the conversation. I'm sorry. What about the men that you lose completely? Are we saying the fact that we are crying, it's okay, we lose those people? Because there's this stance that you're either for it or you're against it. And it is the very men that you're losing that are abusing the women. Some men actually become reformed, like Patrick Shai. Look what his organization is doing for abused women. His woman chose to stay in an abusive relationship because she wasn't getting help, but her husband became reformed. So what are we saying about those men? We're saying men are making it about themselves. No, our cry has made men retaliate. And we're getting the one thing we don't want, aggression from the men, the same men that we need. If you're going to do a movement like this, you have to understand leadership comes with great responsibility. And you can say to women, yes, we can mourn. But what is the bigger picture? We need to stop dying. Is this hashtag doing that? No. It's not. And therefore, we need to go back to the drawing board. Let's find what can we do? What can we say that still has a huge impact, but that does not alienate the very people, men and women, that we need in order to find a solution to this problem.
Sorry, can I ask just
you don't have a microphone. Let me just give it to Ayanda Rana to
I
also
think for you, Balisa, to say that this isn't doing much. We are talking about it.
Is
this
that
is
what you
getting,
want?
we want a voice. We as women want a voice. We want to be heard. And I think this has started something that is amazing. There are people who are, there's a march end of May that is for men that are going to march against women who are being abused. There is something being done because this has been going on for far too long. Too many women has been quiet too many times. Even family members, when someone is going through something, you know, you get people who go, and people are tired. We as women want to have a voice, and we are getting that. Hashtag Men Are Trash. Everybody in the world is talking about this right now. We are getting a voice, and I think essentially that's what we wanted.
So that's it.
Okay, I want to find out from you, my brother, the hashtag Men Are Trash. And what are you doing about it?
Okay, my name is Siabulela Gentile. I'm the trash that's organizing the Not In My Name march for Saturday in Pretoria. Look, I'd like to stand on the fence on this one, really. Let me just say it didn't say much to me, the Men Are Trash thing. It doesn't bother me. But this is what I want to say. The first thing I'd like to address quickly, the issue of protecting women. Are we failing? In fact, we are failing to fail, because who are we protecting this woman from, or rather against? We need to start there. You know, there are many patriarchal principles that were instilled in us, especially that were instilled in us, that we need to unlearn before we can go forward. You understand? So, I'd say, moving forward, let us go to the people. Let us go on the ground and do a practical change. Most people don't have TVs. They're not on Twitter. What about them? What are we saying? There's a girl somewhere in a shack who doesn't have TV, who doesn't have Twitter. They've got no idea what's happening as we speak. You
All right.
understand?
Tell us
we need to
briefly
go
about
to
the
the
movement.
people.
Saturday.
Yes, the movement. We have organized a march on Saturday at 10 o'clock. We will be at Church Square. We'll be walking silently to the union buildings.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you just please pass on the mic? What are your views as we're closing the segment?
I just think that we need to do something. At the end of the conversation, we must do something. And it sounds almost superficial, whether it is self-defense classes for women to be able to know, what do I do if confronted with a dangerous situation?
Is it fair for vulnerability defense class for women as opposed to treating men by being the instigators? Yeah.
So that was the first instance.
Right.
But in the second instance, we must have more forums like this to say, you are wrong. And even if you've done nothing wrong, by virtue of being male, you are wrong because of X, Y, and Z, and then unlearn those behaviors and get better. So it's a mutual process. And I understand people are saying, why should we say women should do X, Y, Z when men are the problem? The bottom line is we don't want women to die.
Closing one, Linda, or just a quick one before you go?
I think the last thing I want to say is introspection is what this has actually called upon all of us. And that, for me, is the biggest thing. The moment we all start thinking, am I trash? What am I doing? What am I doing to perpetuate the situation? What am I doing to stop the situation? Rather than be defensive, I would much rather introspect.
All right,
and I think that's what we should all be doing.
Thank you so much.
Wonke amageso wethu afikile ngokuningi bayo nezokusichazela ngesimbanilonke ngenxa yesikhathi sekumele sihambe, but njengomuntu wesilisa I'm sure ukuthi khona okufundile namhlanje ukuthi uqala kuwena ekugcineni nakho konke kumele siba protect sibathanda abantu besifazane, hayi ukuthi besiba abuse size sifune nokubashaya size sibabulala as well.
Well, Kini, thank you so much for joining us. #DailyThetha. Let's continue this conversation on social media as well. About the content of the show, and also regarding the different views shared. We're focusing on African fashion, still African month. We're celebrating the beauty of the continent. Join us tomorrow. Until then, goodbye.